What is up, car addicts? In this video, we'll be talking about this week's Triple Money Event Week, as well as the property and vehicle discounts. This event week is from May 20th through May 26th, 2021. And yes, the Panther statue is available to steal from Cayo Perico, which I will get into later on in the video. So the current casino podium vehicle is the Canis Free Crawler. The overall design of the Free Crawler is primarily based on the Resvani Tank SUV. The company that makes this vehicle uses a Jeep Wrangler as their base car, so that's why Rockstar put it as a Canis manufacturer. But anyways, this vehicle released about 2.5 years ago with the After Hours update and normally cost $597,000. This vehicle is in the off-roads class and is actually pretty good at off-roading. Now in terms of speed, it's not very fast, it's just an above average off-roader in terms of low speed off-road performance. The customization on the Free Crawler is also pretty good, with lots of options to really personalize it the way you want. But anyways, for those of you who originally paid full price for the Free Crawler and are not happy about it being on the podium, you can still take the one you originally purchased and sell it for about $500,000, depending on your upgrades and how much you paid for it originally. So, is the Free Crawler worth attempting to win by spinning the lucky wheel over and over this week? Well, if you don't own one, I'd say yes. If you already own one and are trying to turn a profit by selling the old one you already have and winning the one off the podium for free, and then recustomizing it and all that stuff, your profit margin is going to be very small on this one, since this vehicle has a base price less than $600,000. It's not $1 million vehicle like what we're used to seeing most of the time on the casino podium. So after re-upgrading it, your profit will only be about $150,000 once you upgrade everything again. So definitely don't sit there spinning the wheel over and over for more than 30 minutes. So starting off with the property discounts, we have 40% off the nightclubs as well as the upgrades and renovations for them as well. A nightclub is a pretty useful business for making a decent passive income, but honestly it isn't really all that needed, but at these prices this is a pretty good deal. Moving on to the vehicle discounts, we have 40% off the Jester Classic. This car is in the sports car class and is obviously based on the legendary Toyota Supra. This car has tons of customization with the Fast and Furious inspired liveries and other upgrades as well. It's not a very quick car, unfortunately, due to it having the slow handling flags, but it's still a great one to own and customize and to look at for sure. Moving along, we have 40% off the Neon. Now this car is an absolute steal for this discounted price. It's an electric car that has the fastest acceleration in the sports car class with decent handling as well. It is one I highly recommend for tracks that have constant slow hairpin turns. Next up, we have 40% off the legendary Pariah. So this car is in the sports car class and is one of the fastest in that class and pretty much the fastest car in the game with highway top speed conditions. At this price, this is an absolute steal and one I highly recommend buying if you don't own one already. Next up, we have 40% off the Lynx. So this car is in the sports car class as well. Unfortunately, it's not very fast in comparison to most of the top sports cars, but it's still a very beautiful car in my opinion, especially when you take off the livery and really customize it the way you want. And most people don't even know what it is when they see it at first. It's not a very common car. But even at this price, I feel it's a little too expensive for what it is. $1 million for a sports car that looks pretty. It's something you really got to think about. Moving along, we have 40% off an OG supercar, the Entity XF. Wow, I think this is the first time they've ever put this car on sale. And at this price, this is a very good deal. Now obviously this car is nowhere near the performance of the current supercar track kings like the Emirates and Krieger for example, but the nostalgia of this car from back in the day and this good price makes it a pretty good buy for you car collectors out there. Moving on to the Southern San Andreas website, we have 40% off the Festival Bus. Now this is a Pegasus vehicle with no customization except for the liveries you choose off the website. And honestly, it isn't all that useful unless you want to, I guess, play music in certain places or events. Moving on to the WARSTOCK website, we have 40% off the MENACER. Now this vehicle is in the off-roads class and is a decent alternative to the Insurgent with tons of customization, but honestly, at least in my opinion, the Insurgent Pickup Custom is just a better overall vehicle. Next up, we have 40% off the BRICKADE. Now this thing is a Pegasus vehicle with no customization and no armor. It honestly isn't very useful unless you use it from your CEO vehicle menu for certain tasks, but honestly, with no armor, there really isn't much you can do with it. Moving on to the latest travels website, we have 40% off the Blimp. Now this thing is a Pegasus vehicle, and I'm not sure why you would want it, but if you've ever wanted to, now's the time to get it for a pretty decent deal. So that's it for vehicle discounts. Definitely a very good amount this week with very good variety. I guess Rockstar is starting to improve these event weeks since they confirmed the new DLCs a few days ago. In terms of login items, you can get this Tales of Us Stacked logo, White Solomon logo, Dixon Glitch logo, and Black Madonna t-shirts, all for free this week just by logging in, which is pretty awesome. In terms of triple money, we have triple money NRP on the Motor Wars Adversary mode. Again, this one is repeating every week until June 2nd. Moving along, we also have triple money NRP on Nightclub Popularity, which is quite random, but I guess it's there. In terms of double money, we have double money NRP on Client Jobs, which are the jobs you can access from your terabyte large touchscreen. Some of these are very easy to do and pay out pretty well. And lastly, the best for last, the Panther statue is now available to steal during the Gallo Perico heist. Now keep in mind, it is a one-time guaranteed item, meaning that you will only be able to steal it one time. I honestly can't believe we finally got it after about 5 months of waiting. Most of the community thought we were never going to get it at all after waiting a few months, but finally it's here. And for those of you who don't know, the Panther statue on its own pays out 1.9 million on normal mode and about 2.1 million on hard mode, which is absolutely insane. And add in some of the secondary loot during that heist you're doing, and you can earn about $2.5 million from one heist that you can do solo in about an hour, including setups, which is just absolutely nuts. Again, you can only do it one time for the Panther statue, but still, that is pretty incredible. Moving on to the Prime Gaming discounts for Prime Gaming members only. I'll leave instructions in the pinned comment on how to become a Prime Gaming member if you aren't one already. So we have the same ones as last week, which is 80% off the Jugular. So this vehicle is in the sports car class and is the fastest sedan around most tracks with turns. It wedges itself in top 10 sports cars for track performance, and on top of that, it has a very good exhaust note and great customization as well. Just an overall great vehicle. Next up, we have 80% off the Stafford. So this vehicle is in the sedans class and is a very slow, and I mean slow vehicle, but that's not what it's made for. This car is inspired by a classic Rolls-Royce and is made to cruise in one of the classiest vehicles in the game. Moving along, we have 35% off the Vito Modern. This, of course, is the modern go-kart that came out with the Gallo Perico update. And honestly, I would probably recommend it, but it cannot be used in races, which I find to be very sad. The whole point of go-karts is to race them. I really still don't understand what Rockstar was thinking when they made these things not raceable, but I guess it is what it is. And lastly, for Prime Gaming, you will continue to get the sonar station upgrade for the Kasaka submarine for free. This upgrade normally costs 1.2 million, and getting it for free is pretty awesome if you haven't been able to for like the past 5 months. Also, don't forget, guys, just for logging in this week as a Prime Gaming member, you'll get a free $200,000, which is pretty cool. Again, guys, if you don't see a discount on these vehicles, it's because you don't have your Prime Gaming account linked to your social club. Again, all the information on how to do that is down below in the pinned comment. And lastly, we have, of course, the RC Bandito time trial La Fuente Blanca. This week's normal time trial is Del Perro Pier. I highly recommend either the Hakachu Drag, Shotaro, Batty 801, Pariah, Italia GTO, Emerus, or Krieger for that time trial. And this week's premium race is the motorcycle race, A Sign of Things to Come. I highly recommend either the Hakachu Drag or Shotaro for this race. Every Friday I post a guide on how to easily beat the time trials and premium race, So stay tuned for that if you're new. Anyways, guys, hope this was helpful. Overall, this event week is absolutely amazing in my opinion, with a very good variety in terms of vehicle discounts, triple and double money, and of course, a Panther statue we can finally steal during the Cayo Perico heist. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.